new warning about a skincare obsession among preteen girls on social media.
New research finds girls as young as 7 are sharing their skincare routines, but researchers say some of the products could actually be harming them.
7 products, one of the most trusted skincare brands in America, and a set of ingredient lists that most customers have never examined closely enough to see what is actually inside the bottles they put on their skin every single day. I spent weeks investigating every ingredient in CeraVe's 7 best sellers. What I found will permanently change how you shop this brand. So today, we are breaking down 7 of CeraVe's best-selling products, ingredient by ingredient, claim by claim, bottle by bottle. Which ones are actually worth your money, and which ones are riding on the reputation of the logo. Because one of these products may actually be making your skin worse while convincing you it is helping. Number 7. CeraVe Daily Facial Moisturizer. This is the gateway product. If someone is getting into skincare for the first time, there is a very high chance this is one of the first moisturizers they buy. It is recommended constantly because the branding feels safe, clinical, minimal, fragrance-free, dermatologist-approved. It gives the impression that nothing questionable could possibly be inside it. And at first glance, the formula sounds impressive. Ceramides, hyaluronic acid, oil-free, non-comedogenic. The problem is that most consumers stop reading after the front label. The front label is marketing. The ingredient list is the real product. And once I looked at the ingredient list carefully, the first thing that stood out was dimethicone. Now, to be fair, dimethicone is not some catastrophic toxin. If you hear someone online saying silicone is poison, that is not accurate. But there is a massive difference between not poisonous and actually beneficial. Dimethicone is a silicone-based polymer. Its primary function is not to nourish your skin. It is to create a smooth film across its surface. That silky texture people love. That soft, blurred skin feeling. That is the silicone coating your face. And this is where the conversation becomes important. Because skin is not supposed to function under an artificial film all day. Your skin barrier is alive. It regulates oil production, moisture balance, heat exchange, inflammation, and bacterial activity. When you place a semi-occlusive layer over the skin repeatedly, you change how that system behaves. For some people, especially those with dry skin in harsh climates, dimethicone can temporarily reduce water loss. That is why brands use it so heavily. It creates the illusion of immediate hydration because water cannot escape as easily. But for oily skin, acne-prone skin, or congested skin, that same film can become a problem. Imagine applying moisturizer after a long day outside. Sweat, bacteria, environmental pollution, makeup residue. Even after cleansing, tiny amounts remain. Then the dimethicone layer seals over everything. Your skin is trying to regulate itself underneath a barrier that is not actually feeding it nutrients or repairing it structurally. People often describe this as, "My skin feels moisturized, but somehow more clogged at the same time." And here is the frustrating part. When the congestion appears, many users assume their skin is naturally bad. So they add stronger cleansers, more exfoliants, more actives, more moisturizers. The cycle escalates. What they do not realize is that sometimes the product designed to repair the barrier is contributing to the dysfunction. Now here is where things become more serious. This moisturizer also contains methylisothiazolinone, MI. You probably have never heard of it. Most consumers have not. But regulators absolutely have. MI is a preservative used to prevent bacterial contamination in cosmetics. Preservatives are necessary in skincare. Otherwise, products become breeding grounds for microbes. The issue is not the existence of preservatives. The issue is which preservative is being used. And MI has become one of the most controversial cosmetic preservatives in the world. The European Union reviewed the available safety data and concluded there was no safe concentration of MI in leave-on cosmetic products. Not a lower amount, not used carefully. Their conclusion was essentially, this ingredient should not remain on human skin for prolonged periods. So the EU banned it from leave-on products. This moisturizer is a leave-on product. Now pause there for a second. A product can legally be sold in the United States while containing ingredients restricted elsewhere. Regulatory systems differ. But if another region with extremely rigorous cosmetic standards has already decided something carries unacceptable sensitization risk, I at least want to know before putting it on my face every day, especially because sensitization is cumulative. A lot of skincare irritation does not happen instantly. It builds slowly over months or years. One day, your skin suddenly becomes reactive, and you cannot figure out why. Sometimes the answer is not the new product you started yesterday. Sometimes it is the ingredient you have been repeatedly exposed to for 3 years. And because CeraVe carries this safe for everyone reputation, many people never even question it. That is the real issue here. Not panic, not fear-mongering, but blind trust. This moisturizer is not the worst product on earth, but it is nowhere near as universally clean as people think it is. And compared to what is coming later on this list, the difference becomes very obvious. Number 6. CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. This is where I start to get genuinely frustrated. Not at the product on its own, but at the marketing language surrounding it. This cleanser is positioned as gentle. It says it is designed for oily and combination skin. Dermatologists recommend it. I have personally seen it sitting in a decorative dish at real dermatology offices, like a credential on display. The message is clear. If doctors trust it, you can trust it. Then I opened the ingredient list. Sodium lauryl sulfate, abbreviated SLS. If you have spent any time at all researching skincare or hair care, you know that name. SLS is the same harsh surfactant used in most inexpensive body washes, dish soaps, and shampoos. It is effective at stripping everything off a surface of oil, debris, and dead cells. But your face is not a dish, and the oil your skin produces is not waste. Your skin barrier is not a passive wall. It is an active system. It produces sebum, a natural oil, deliberately and continuously to lubricate your skin, lock in moisture, and keep environmental irritants out. When SLS strips that away, your skin registers the loss and goes into compensation mode, producing more oil to replace what was taken. If you have oily skin and you are using this cleanser every morning and night, you may be caught in an oil overproduction cycle that the cleanser itself is causing. You are treating a symptom with the thing that is creating it. There is also that same MI preservative again. In a rinse-off product, the exposure time is shorter than that of a moisturizer, which changes the risk profile slightly. But MI in rinse-off products is still linked to contact dermatitis and allergic sensitization with repeated use. And most people use a face wash twice a day, every day, for years. What oily skin actually needs is a gentle cleanser that removes excess sebum without triggering the overproduction panic response. Surfactants like cocamidopropyl betaine or sodium cocoyl isethionate accomplish exactly that. They clean without stripping. They are widely available, and they do not have a regulatory red flag attached to them. None of them are in the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. This one gets my honest rating. Skip it. There are better foaming cleansers that will not disrupt your skin barrier and will not expose you to a preservative your dermatologist probably does not even know is banned in Europe. If you are still watching, you are probably realizing skincare labels are a lot more complicated than fragrance-free equals clean. Like the video if this breakdown is helping you think differently about what you buy, because number 3 on this list contains an ingredient that literally enters the bloodstream after application, and most people using it have absolutely no idea. The next one is a different story entirely. It is actually the product I use myself, and the reason I still have CeraVe in my bathroom. Number 5. CeraVe Moisturizing Cream. Finally, this is the product that reminded me why CeraVe became respected in the first place. Because, unlike some of the earlier products, this one actually behaves like it was designed by people prioritizing skin barrier function rather than marketing language. This is the one in the big white jar, the heavy-duty one, the one eczema patients swear by, pediatric dermatologists recommend for babies, and body care enthusiasts have used for years without ever needing anything else. And honestly, there is a reason for that. When I looked at this ingredient list, I found something genuinely clean. 3 ceramides. Ceramide NP, ceramide AP, ceramide EOP. These are not marketing decorations. These are the same lipid molecules that make up approximately 50% of your skin barrier structure. When your barrier is compromised from weather, from over-cleansing, aging, harsh weather, over-exfoliation, acne treatments, or inflammation, ceramide levels decrease. That damage shows up as redness, dryness, irritation, flaking, and increased sensitivity. So, replenishing ceramides are what repair it, not just moisturize it. Repair it at the structural level. Replenishing ceramides makes scientific sense, not luxury skincare storytelling sense, actual physiological sense. Another thing I appreciate about this moisturizer is that the supporting ingredients also align with that purpose. The cream also contains hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a humectant, which means it draws moisture from the environment and holds it in your skin. A single hyaluronic acid molecule can hold up to 1,000 times its own weight in water, paired with ceramides that seal the barrier so moisture cannot escape. You have a genuinely effective hydration mechanism, not a marketing story, but an actual biochemical sequence that works. There is also glycerin, another humectant, and the inclusion of cholesterol and fatty acids, which work alongside the ceramides to mimic your skin's natural lipid structure. This is a moisturizer that is trying to rebuild the thing it is supposed to rebuild. And critically, it does not contain dimethicone, no silicone film. Your skin can actually breathe under this. Now, the ingredient list is longer than I would ideally like. And yes, there is still MI in the formula. That remains my biggest criticism of the brand overall, particularly for anyone with reactive skin. It is not a perfect product, but compared to the first two on this list, this one is doing something real with ingredients that have a legitimate scientific rationale for being there. But relative to the rest of the lineup, this product is significantly stronger. And something else worth mentioning, this is one of the few products on the list where the hype actually mostly matches reality. That matters because social media skincare culture has created a weird environment where people assume every viral product must secretly be terrible. Sometimes products become popular because they actually work reasonably well. This is one of those cases, especially when compared to overpriced luxury barrier creams, charging 5 times more for less functional formulas. You know what is ironic? Some prestige skincare brands sell moisturizers with weaker barrier support ingredients than this, while charging over $100 a jar because the packaging looks expensive. Meanwhile, this thing sits in drugstores quietly outperforming them. That does not mean blind loyalty is justified. It just means nuance matters. Some CeraVe's products deserve the reputation. Some absolutely do not. So, if you are going to buy one CeraVe's product, make it this one. Not the daily moisturizer with the silicone layer. Not the foaming cleanser with the strip everything surfactant. This one. But the next product is where the investigation got genuinely complicated. Number 4. CeraVe's Hydrating Facial Cleanser. This cleanser confused me, not because it is bad, because it is surprisingly normal, which sounds like a compliment until you realize how aggressively people praise it online. This is the strange middle child of the CeraVe's line. Not flagged, not celebrated, just there. And when I looked at the formula, I understood why. It is the product that gives this brand the most mixed signals. Compared to the foaming facial cleanser, this formula is much gentler and does not contain sodium lauryl sulfate. That alone is meaningful and improves things significantly. The cleansing system here is much gentler and more barrier conscious. It cleans without producing that aggressive stripped feeling many people mistake for effectiveness. And for dry or sensitive skin types, that matters a lot because cleansing should remove excess oil and debris without dismantling the skin barrier in the process. This cleanser includes ceramides and hyaluronic acid built directly into the formula. The idea is that it cleanses without stripping. That is, it removes the day from your face while leaving the good stuff behind. On paper, that is a reasonable proposition for a cleanser. The formula also contains cetyl alcohol. This ingredient confuses people constantly because alcohol sounds like something that dries skin out, but not all alcohols behave the same way. Denatured alcohol or isopropyl alcohol can be drying. Fatty alcohols like cetyl alcohol and stearyl alcohol are completely different. They function more like emollients and stabilizers. They improve texture and help soften skin. So cetyl alcohol here is not a concern. Then there is phenoxyethanol, a different preservative, one that is widely used and significantly less controversial than MI from a regulatory standpoint. And importantly, the EU allows it in cosmetics, up to 1%. It appears in products from some of the most conscientious formulators in the industry. So, where does this cleanser land? Honestly, decent. Not revolutionary, not magical, not every human being needs this, just decent. And there is something valuable about admitting that. The skincare industry thrives on extremes. Either products are miracle cures or they are toxic. Reality is usually far less dramatic. This cleanser is fine. The problem is that fine in a crowded cleanser market is not interesting. It does not strip your barrier, which puts it ahead of the foaming version. It has ceramides, which at least gestures towards skin repair, but it does not do anything remarkable. You will not see a visible difference between using this and a comparable hydrating cleanser from any other brand at the same price point. Clean, yes, more or less, worth buying. only if you personally like how it performs on your skin. Do not buy it because it has CeraVe on the label and you assume that means it is the best option in its category. The label is not a quality guarantee, the ingredient list is. And this one earns a quiet pass, not a recommendation. We are halfway through, and I am telling you things that probably go against what you have heard about this brand. If you are still here, you clearly care about what actually goes on your face. Please like this video and subscribe, because the last 3 products include one that genuinely shocked me and one piece of information about chemical sunscreens that the beauty industry really does not want you thinking too hard about. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these products you are currently using. I read every single one. Number 3. CeraVe's Facial Moisturizer with Sunscreen. Let me say something clearly before I break this one down. Sunscreen matters. I am not here to talk you out of wearing SPF. UV exposure is one of the most well-documented causes of premature skin aging, pigmentation, collagen breakdown, and skin cancer risk. And daily sunscreen use is one of the most evidence-backed things you can do for your skin long-term. If you skip sunscreen entirely, you are not biohacking. You are just increasing long-term damage. We are on the same page on that, but the type of sunscreen ingredient matters, and CeraVe's AM Moisturizer uses oxybenzone. Now, if you have never heard of oxybenzone before, you are not alone. Most people buying SPF products do not know what ingredients are inside them. They just assume SPF 50 equals safe. But different UV filters behave very differently biologically. That is where the conversation changes. Mineral filters like zinc oxide and titanium dioxide primarily sit on the skin surface and reflect or scatter UV radiation. Chemical filters like oxybenzone work differently. Oxybenzone is a chemical UV filter, meaning it works by absorbing UV radiation and converting it to heat, rather than sitting on the surface of your skin and reflecting UV away. The problem is that in order to do that, it has to be absorbed into your skin to work. Now, immediately, people polarize this issue. One side says, see, sunscreen is poisoning you. The other side says, any concern whatsoever is anti-science fear-mongering. Both extremes are unhelpful. The real issue is uncertainty. Studies have confirmed that oxybenzone does not stay in the skin. It enters the bloodstream. The FDA itself has acknowledged this. A 2020 clinical study published in JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, demonstrated that oxybenzone reaches plasma concentrations that far exceed the FDA's threshold for systemic safety. Without further study, the FDA has since moved oxybenzone into a category it calls not GRASE, not generally recognized as safe and effective, pending further research. That is not a clean bill of health. That is a regulatory body saying we need more data before we can tell you this is fine. Meanwhile, Japan limits the concentration of oxybenzone allowed in sunscreen products. Several European countries have taken a more cautious position on it as well, and environmental researchers have separately documented that oxybenzone is a significant contributor to coral reef bleaching, which is why Hawaii and several other jurisdictions have banned oxybenzone-containing sunscreens outright. The alternative exists, and it works. Zinc oxide and titanium dioxide are mineral sunscreens that sit on the surface of the skin, reflect UV physically, do not get absorbed into the bloodstream, and have a long safety record. They are classified as safe and effective by the FDA without the asterisks that chemical filters carry. So why do brands like CeraVe keep using ingredients like oxybenzone instead? The honest answer is cost, and that chemical sunscreens feel cosmetically elegant. And the frustrating part is that mineral alternatives, especially zinc oxide, already exist, but they are more expensive to source and formulate. They can leave a white or grayish cast on the skin, which is a real concern for people with deeper skin tones who have historically been underserved in mineral SPF options. Those are legitimate concerns. But from a purely conservative toxicological perspective, zinc oxide has a much longer and cleaner safety reputation. Chemical filters blend invisibly and feel lighter. From a manufacturing and consumer appeal standpoint, chemical filters are easier to sell. They disappear into the skin more easily. They layer better under makeup. They feel lighter. Consumers complain less about texture, and texture sells products. But easy to sell and clean are not the same thing. Something can feel elegant while still raising unanswered questions. That is the nuance missing from most skincare discussions online. This product is not automatically dangerous, but calling it unquestionably clean also feels dishonest. And once you learn about systemic absorption, it becomes very difficult to ignore, especially because most users have absolutely no idea it is happening. So, if you wear this product every day, which is the point of a daily moisturizer with SPF, you are putting a systemically absorbed chemical with an open regulatory question directly onto your face every single morning. indefinitely. That is not a hypothetical exposure. That is a daily one. Is this product clean? Not by the standard I care about. Not if clean means you know exactly what is happening inside your body when you use it. Number 2. CeraVe Hydrating Toner. This product honestly restored some of my faith in the brand because unlike several other products here, this formula feels restrained. And restraint in skincare is underrated. The industry constantly pushes complexity, 20-step routines, acid cocktails, 5 serums layered together, every active ingredient imaginable in one formula, but skin often responds better to simplicity. This toner is a good example of that. Water, glycerin, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid. Let's start with niacinamide because this ingredient deserves its reputation. Niacinamide is one of the few skincare actives that consistently performs across multiple concerns: barrier support, oil regulation, inflammation reduction, pigmentation support, texture improvement. And unlike many trendy active, niacinamide generally plays well with sensitive skin when formulated properly. It is versatile without being overly aggressive. That matters, especially because many consumers are unintentionally overloading their skin trying to fix it. Too many acids, too much exfoliation, too many strong actives layered together because TikTok convinced them more products equals better skin. Sometimes your barrier just wants hydration and calm. This toner actually understands that. No SLS, no oxybenzone, no heavy silicone dependency, no MI. That last part immediately places it ahead of several products earlier on this list. And what I like most is that the formula does not pretend to be revolutionary. The toner category is filled with ridiculous marketing like detoxifying, pore shrinking, glass skin activating. Most of it is nonsense. This product mostly just hydrates lightly and supports the skin barrier, which is exactly what a toner should do if you choose to use one at all. And that is another important point. Toners are optional. You do not need one for healthy skin. But if you enjoy the experience of layering hydration or prepping your skin before moisturizer, this is one of the better drugstore executions of the category. It also proves something important about CeraVe as a brand. They clearly can formulate relatively clean, effective products when they want to, which makes the weaker formulas elsewhere in the lineup more frustrating, not less, because it means the problems are not inevitable, they are choices. And the final product on this list is the one I expected least from. Number 1. CeraVe Eye Repair. Cream eye cream is arguably the most marketing-forward category in skincare. The eye area has thin, delicate skin. That is often the first place fine lines appear, which means it is also the first place brands convince you that you need a separate, specialized, considerably more expensive product to address those changes. Most eye creams are moisturizers in smaller jars with a higher price tag attached to the fear of aging. I expected this one to be the weakest product in the CeraVe line for exactly that reason. I was wrong. The CeraVe Eye Repair Cream contains ceramides, all 3 of the ones that matter, the same profile as the moisturizing cream. It has hyaluronic acid, it has niacinamide, it has peptides. Peptides are short chains of amino acids that signal to the skin to produce collagen, and they are one of the very few cosmetic actives legitimate peer-reviewed evidence behind their ability to reduce the visible signs of skin aging with consistent use. Their inclusion here is not window dressing, no dimethicone, no oxybenzone, no MI in the preservative system. The formula is genuinely clean by the standard I have been applying to every product on this list. The jar is small, the price is not, but eye cream jars are always small because a little goes a long way on the eye area. You do not need more than a rice grain's worth per application. Used correctly, this lasts. And unlike most eye creams that justify their price purely on the strength of the brand name and the anxiety around aging, this one actually has ingredients with a rationale for being there. This is the 3rd clean product. Does this make CeraVe a bad brand? No, but it makes it a brand you need to shop deliberately, not blindly. The ceramide story is real in some of these products. The dermatologist endorsement does not apply equally to everything on the shelf. When a doctor recommends CeraVe, they are most likely thinking of the moisturizing cream, not every SKU that shares the logo. Clean means different things to different people. For me, it means no silicones as primary emollients, no systemically absorbed UV filters where alternatives exist, no preservatives that other countries have already decided carry unacceptable risk. By that standard, this brand is clean in exactly 3 places out of 7. Do not throw away your CeraVe. Just know which jar you are actually reaching for. If this changed how you look at your skincare shelf, like this video and subscribe. I am not sponsored by CeraVe or any skincare brand. I look at ingredient lists and tell you what I find. Drop a comment with which product you use. And if you are curious about which drugstore skincare brands hold up the same way under ingredient scrutiny and which ones are doing something far more interesting with their formulas for half the price, that is exactly what the next video is going to show you.